The year is 2232, and a violent plague has overwhelmed the earth. We call it the flare, a deadly virus that is known to turn good people into hostile, aggressive cannibals. There is no cure, or at least we're told there isn't. Here at the World in Catastrophe Killzone Experiment Department, we believe otherwise. Wicked is good, and we believe that with a group of incredibly special individuals such as yourselves, we can find a way to beat this disease and bring sanity back to our planet. Each of you has been chosen to endure the trials, a complex setup with housing, cooking materials, as well as fertile farmland within the glade, a boxed-in ecosystem surrounded by an elaborate maze, which gladers, yourselves, will have to find your way through. By monitoring the test, our scientists are able to calculate and decide the limits of humans and the steps we can take to properly treat and cure the flare.
When you wake up, you may feel uneasy and uncomfortable with your surroundings and your lack of memory, but we assure you that this is so you may start with a clean slate and no grief. You are now a member of the Gladers and are in the maze.
Welcome to the Glade.
In the Glade, everyone has a role to play and a job to do. There are several different jobs, and you have your pick of any one you work best at. If you can all work together with your fellow Gladers as a team, then there is a higher chance of completing the trials.
Life's great here in the maze.
The maze trials took years in the making, created and engineered by highly trained scientists to put all of your abilities and survival instincts to the test. We can monitor and find the limits of your capabilities in order to understand new ways to survive and treat the flare. Within the maze, all of our test subjects, including yourself, are safe from this disease, as long as you work together to make an organized system to look out for one another. Wicked is the world's last government-funded organization intent on undoing the damage caused by solar flares that brought upon the flare virus. Many of you children who we have chosen for these trials have proved to be immune to the flare. It is our job here at the World in Catastrophe Killzone Experiment Department to learn and understand how, so that we can repeat this ability in those less fortunate and create a cure. Every action and intention Wicked makes is justified and for the greater good of humankind. Wicked is good. Our scientists and engineers work day and night to provide you all with the most up-to-date and advanced living quarters that we can supply in these harsh times. This will give off a similar survival situation that one may have experienced in the early 21st century, as opposed to the dried-out and overheated planet that we have to endure in everyday life at this time. We assure you that life inside the maze is much safer and more comfortable than that of the outside world. The Glade is engineered to give the perfect amount of sun for crops to grow and for you to thrive. We are here for your care. Wicked is good.
Many people disagree with our methods, claiming it is unlawful and cruel to our test subjects. I will not lie. They would rather approach this epidemic with armed soldiers and heavy weaponry. At Wicked, we seek purely for a cure and would sooner quarantine a victim of the flare than press a loaded gun to their head. We wish to preserve the human race, not decimate it. Wicked is good, and we need your completion of these trials in order to save humanity.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this.